Welcome, everyone, to our weekly live simulcast broadcast with Florida Closing and Escrow and BOW, brokers, opens, and tours worldwide. We're here again today with our expert legal team, real estate experts, John Iowanu and Anthony Balza. And we're here to assist with your closing success. As most of you know, Florida Closing and Escrow is located with our main office in Sunny Isles. So we're the only title company there, but we are mobile, digital, wireless, paperless. So we will conduct closings in any location as well. And if you're out of state or out of country, we can assist with online notarization and handhold anyone, including first-time buyers that need assist. We're here to answer any questions for you, and we will include the legal experts with contract draft, review, addendums, setting up LLCs, structuring your deals to close. We are deal makers to increase your success. So we do these broadcasts to increase your knowledge and education in the real estate domain. And we have many languages, and we have great marketing tools such as this. In fact, today we did a live broadcast with a developer from Nativo, Miami, to preview his property, and great development downtown Miami. And that's available on bowlive.net to watch the replay of that. And we will be happy to assist you in broadcasting and marketing your listings and developments as well. And you can include targeted viewers. So today we want to start with some updates. We always start with the COVID news. Anthony?
Yeah, so the national eviction moratorium was extended to June 30th. That brings it in line with the federal ban on foreclosures and evictions for mortgagors with federal loans through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. In addition, just yesterday it was announced by the IRS that another 25 million stimulus payments went out this week for those who still had not received. This last batch of payments was primarily to Social Security beneficiaries who didn't file tax returns. In addition, the IRS has begun a new Plus Up payment system. They're referring it to as Plus Up payments. Essentially what this is individuals who were ineligible for a stimulus payment based on their 2019 tax returns, but are eligible based on their 2020 tax returns. However, they have not filed. Once your 2020 tax returns have been filed, they will start a new weekly process where if you are eligible based on your newly filed 2020 returns, then your stimulus payment will then go out that week. So the IRS is doing this Plus Up payment on a weekly basis going forward. As soon as they get the tax returns, they'll process it, determine your eligibility based on your new information, and if you're entitled to a stimulus payment, then your stimulus payment will then go out the following week.
Okay, thank you. And next we go to some good news, real estate news. Migration to feel good Florida continues. Fun in the sun, relaxed politics, schools, restaurants in the past year has created an environment for hot sale activity here. And in the past 14 years, we see home values rising, the highest rate in every corner of the United States, and median sales prices in dozens of metro areas have pushed double-digit percentages increases from a year ago per the Zillow Group. For instance, in Boise, Idaho, median sales prices have increased 25% in January year over year. In Stamford, Connecticut, 19%. A Redfin agent reported it's the highest level of sales since 2014 and sees sales mania gripping her market. And it's pretty much celebration time for sellers. In fact, in less than a day after it was listed, a 3-bedroom apartment sold. It was listed in March and got an all-cash offer for $520,000, which was $21,000 above the asking price. And this was in Sacramento, California. And that was 37% more than the seller paid 2 years prior. Also, another example of this hot market nationwide is that an agent listed a 4-bedroom fixer-upper in suburban Washington, D.C., and at $275,000 on a Thursday. By Sunday p.m., there were 86 offers, 15 cash offers, all sight unseen. Earlier this month, Florida State Demographic Estimating Conference pointed to a shift in lifestyle preferences away from the dense urban areas found elsewhere to much more space. And the migration is projected to continue at a growth rate of 1.53% as affluent movers put down roots in Florida. Prices and housing sales in popular areas continue to increase. In January and February, 836 homes sold for more than $1 million across Palm Beach and Dade counties, Miami-Dade counties, more than 3 times the 261 sold in the same period last year. Miami is about to welcome one of the world's cutting-edge fitness centers called City Zero, which is the brainchild of fitness guru turned developer Beto Perez. So there's a lot of good news for Florida. John, if you want to add some about the supply and demand per Redfin.
Yeah, these stats are pretty staggering. It's basically simple economics. What we're having now is low supply and high demand. And this is basically pushing the median home prices to an all-time high. March's median home price increased 17% annually, and this is just in March, to $335,000. Which is the highest price since they actually began tracking this statistic. Median asking prices broke all-time records as well, with home sellers listing their homes for an average of $353,000. So the weird part is, despite the prices increasing for sellers, the demand is still there. So for the definite foreseeable future, this is going to continue to be a hot market in South Florida.
Correct. And we're definitely seeing an increase in closings, correct?
Yeah, actually, last month was one of our highest months. This month, the demand is there, but we're not doing that many as last month because the inventory is not there. So it's a weird time, but it's a good time, like you said, for sellers. And hopefully buyers can find what they're looking for. They just need a little bit persistence, and hopefully they'll find what they're looking for.
Thank you. All right, our next question goes to Anthony. Okay, why does lifestyle matter? It's not just about the home and the layout, but in 2021, why now has there been a change in the home purchase process? And I know one of the reasons are people are also staying longer in homes. It's gone from 5 to 8 to 13 years on the average. So if you can elaborate on why lifestyle matters so much now.
Right. So that change in people staying in their homes longer these days, that home ownership tenure has definitely impacted many things. And lifestyle is definitely one of the most important factors playing a role into homeowners staying in their home longer, and a focus on lifestyle itself has changed the home purchase process. Basically, what agents need to realize is that you're not just selling a product, you're not just selling the home, you're also selling the lifestyle for that home. More and more consumers are looking for the community and the surrounding area that they live in and the lifestyle that they'll be able to lead there. Aspirational living today isn't just necessarily limited to the affluent. Homeowners of all incomes have begun to proactively search for their desired lifestyle by carefully selecting their home in a place where they intend to stay for a long while. So understanding this shift is important for real estate agents to adapt to this new kind of consumer. And adapting to this consumer means invoking the lifestyle elements that a home can possess. Definitely the first way to engage someone is by using descriptions for the home that evoke the kind of place that they want to live in, help them envision that kind of lifestyle that they want to lead. And once you entice them with your descriptions and with your words, then it's imperative to demonstrate to them how that lifestyle can be accomplished while you tour the home. Many different lifestyles can be presented, from buyers looking for a more laid-back country life to someone looking for a more outdoor, family-oriented life, or anywhere in between. Definitely, it's always wise to listen to the buyer. Usually they come in knowing exactly what they want, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't know what it is that they want. So definitely ask questions, what their hobbies are, what their typical weekend looks like, how close they want to be to their place of work. And knowing the answers to these kinds of questions will be able to help guide you to a home that best complements their lifestyle. And always be on the lookout for what buyers are looking for in the future, both immediate and long term. They want a property that they can see themselves building a life in and around, and knowing that it is the place that they want to be and that they belong there. Buyers are less likely to settle and are more focused on finding a forever home that aligns with their desired lifestyle. So these are shifts that will continue to take hold among buyers, and it should be gaining momentum in the years to come. So a focus on selling the lifestyle as well as the home will undoubtedly ensure your client's long-term satisfaction while we see these new shifts that buyers are looking for.
Correct. And that shows the value of what the realtor can offer, in addition, of course, to other factors. Okay, so now there is a spring selling frenzy. Search for new and bigger space, new considerations along with it. So John, if you can tell us some tips about how to buy a home in 2021.
Yeah, definitely. The best thing to start would be to advise your buyer to prepare basically a house budget, which will include the mortgage rate, how much they save for a down payment, how much they can afford in a monthly mortgage payment, inclusive of local housing prices and other expenses such as taxes and closing costs. So once you have this, you'll know what areas and types of houses to look for. Then definitely contact your lender, start the process with them. If you can get a pre-approval letter from them, that's great. They're going to look for income, credit history, debt to income ratio before they lock a rate. So it's always advisable to tell your buyers to have those numbers and those documents ready, because right now speed is the name of the game. So the quicker you can move, the better for the buyer's chances of obtaining that home. Interest rates are rising, but slowly, and they're not expected to skyrocket, so that's still good news. And housing prices, as we talked about, are expected to stay high as well. Basically, the issue happening now And what is expected to last for at least the next few months is that we're entering into the spring selling season, but we've already are at the lowest level of inventory in any spring buying season we've ever had. And it's not going to get better in the short term because the inventory, as we just talked about, is so low. So we are definitely in a seller's market, which is not great news for buyers. So what's that mean? Basically, buyers are going to be entering into bidding wars. So one thing that the buyer should consider with their budget that they prepared is they should allow some room to widen that budget for possible bidding wars. But remind them to stay realistic and not to widen too much where they end up winning the bidding war, but now they're in financial trouble and might not be able to afford the house long term. So if you are in a bidding war, some ways to get an edge is offering attractive terms like a fast close, becoming an all cash buyer if that's possible, post closing occupancy for the seller in case they need a little extra time to move out, or even writing one of those compelling buyer to seller letters, basically telling a little bit about the buyer and what they expect to do with the home. But what we're seeing now is definitely the main edge is the cash buyer. They're basically blowing the financing buyers out of the water. And you'll see a couple of listings where realtors are saying we're only accepting cash buyers. So it's a crazy time, but keep these tips in mind to maybe get a little bit of an advantage on buying a property.
Okay, thank you for those tips. All right, now the prospective buyer often knows what they want in a home, but some see some barriers ahead. How can an agent assist with this and with a buyer's wish list? Anthony, if you can elaborate.
Sure. The past year has inspired us to reevaluate our living spaces and how they do or don't meet our current lifestyle. And recent shifts in the way that people use the home, combined with low mortgage rates, have made a wave of first-time home buyers eager to change things up and get a home of their own. One thing that we are noticing is that space, technology, and proximity are a key. Buyers are very particular about the look and feel of their homes, and they're also looking to stretch out. According to a Bank of America survey, 86% of prospective home buyers want more indoor space and 64% want more space outdoors. Additionally, technology is always a must-have, with high-speed internet and strong cell phone service ranked as one of the most important features. A little over half of all buyers also want proximity to essential businesses and recreational activities. So basically, an agent has to be the buyer's eyes and ears. As virtual home tours become the norm, knowing what your buyer wants is more important than ever, especially given the fact that half of all millennials, who make up the majority of today's home buyers, have stated that they are more than happy to buy a home that has only been viewed virtually. And over 85% of people believe that the way we view the homes in this virtual way, through the virtual tours, will be the way to go moving forward. So although the virtual tour will be the technology used going forward, it's sometimes difficult to capture all 5 senses in a virtual tour, and there's small nuances that a buyer can miss. So this is where a trusted agent comes in, and they can be essentially the eyes and ears there on location to point out details during the walkthrough, the virtual walkthrough, that the home buyers may have missed, or bring up questions that may not be as intuitive to someone not present physically in the home. While many first-time home buyers have a clear picture of the features they like in their next home, there's also perceived barriers that are holding them back. Nearly 9 in 10 of survey respondents said that they're motivated to purchase their first home, but expensive home prices, high rent costs, and student debts are making home ownership more difficult to achieve. The good news is that there are solutions for those obstacles that you can offer to your clients to help overcome them. There's many loan down payment programs. There's closing cost grants that are aimed at helping those who can afford the monthly payments, but not necessarily accumulate the large upfront cost of doing so. With that said, there are plentiful online tools and information that home buyers can access, educational videos and articles designed to make the home buying process more manageable, and definitely your experience as an agent to help them overcome, you know, these perceived obstacles that may not necessarily be actual obstacles, and help them make that push and that choice to actually start looking for a home.
Okay, thank you. And it's the agent that does go the extra mile and has a lot of the technology available that are going to do well in this market. Okay, our last question is directed to John. How can Google Alerts help you stay on top of your business? And it's good for realtors for their reputation management and getting an edge on their competition. And the price is definitely right. If you can tell us a little bit of details of what Google Alerts can offer.
Sure. Yeah, it's an interesting tool. It's really good for reputation management, like you just said. It can also be used to keep an eye on agents you work with, and also getting an edge on competition. The good news about the price is it's free. It does not cost anything. Mainly, they began this tool for reputation management and monitoring. So since realtors rely largely on their reputation, monitoring the internet for mentions of you or your brand is always a good idea. Basically, you put in some keywords, and then Google will alert you when your name or your brand is mentioned on the internet. So that's interesting, something maybe to keep an eye on. You're allowed to create up to 1,000 alerts per Google account, and Google basically says that's more than enough to last a lifetime. So looks like you won't have to pay for any additional alerts. Other alerts to include, so if you are a broker or a team leader, just keeping an eye on your other agents and team members, making sure that the team and the brand name is staying strong. You can also get alerts on people searching for your listing addresses, which is also a good idea. So maybe if they do mention it, you can reach out to them. And your competition, if you're a realtor farming a certain area and you have another realtor doing the same thing, might be a good idea just to keep an eye out and find out what they're doing. And another idea is to use it for local marketing. If there's a certain website or company that posts cool tips or techniques like Bow does, you can get alerts when we post things on the internet that could help you. So it's something new, it's something to consider, and especially since it's a free tool, might not be a bad idea to check it out.
Great suggestions. Okay, so again, Florida Closing and Escrow is here to assist you. 1-800-FL-CLOSE, floridaclosing.com, and Bow with our live broadcasts and tours. In addition, we have experts that will help with professional real estate photography, immersion tours, drone, 3D, virtual staging, virtual realty, and more in virtual reality. So please contact us. We're here to assist you to close more deals. And my assistant Star also is available. And she has actually helped with clients. And we would love to assist you. So please contact us with any questions. and we hope to help you with your real estate success. If anyone wants to add anything? And we hope everyone stays safe and healthy and successful. And tune in next week, same time, Thursday at 2 p.m. And also tune in Monday at 9 a.m. to watch a virtual or live tour of Miami, of Nativo, Miami. And there's also an in-person event there next Thursday. And I have free tickets available, so you could contact me for those. bowlive.net. And thank you for joining us, and to your success.